Hello there guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. Of course, yesterday, I did a video on match reaction to Chelsea 4, Malmo nil. So if you haven't watched it, make sure you go back and do it because, like I said last night, brilliant performance. This is the kind of result that I expected because Malmo, bottom of the table in Group H, I think. Yeah, bottom of the group in Group H. So we expected to win because Malmo, we faced them before in the Europa League, beat them twice, both home and away. So yeah, so this game, I don't understand why Malmo was in the Champions League anyway. I really don't know. I know that it was great because they win the Champions League for the first time in their history, but they knew they're gonna struggle teams like say Juventus and Chelsea, Zenit St. Petersburg. I don't know, but those teams, they're gonna struggle, and that's why, yeah, they'll be happy they're in the Champions League, but they knew they'll face tough teams. So yeah, but like I said last night, in that group, Chelsea and Juventus going through to knockout stages. That is basically it. That is all. So yeah, but hopefully Chelsea can win against Malmo away from home in the next game and hopefully beat Juventus because the only way to be top of the table is to beat Juventus because we should have beaten them in true win when we had those chances, but we couldn't manage to do that. So hopefully the game against Juventus at Stamford Bridge, we can we can have a better performance and a better in the final third. So yeah, yesterday, big win, the first time that we scored more than 3 goals under Thomas Tuchel. So yeah, really, really happy. A big win. We move on into the next Champions League game. But for now, let's focus on this video, which is of course the Premier League predictions match day 8. So yeah, time goes thick and fast. Really does go thick and fast. But yes, in today's video, I'll go through my predictions and see how many points I've got and tell you guys what the actual result is. So if you enjoyed this series so far, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. Hit the bell notification so that I never miss any of my content. And share this to everybody so that they could enjoy my brand new series that I did so far on the Premier League predictions and reviewing them. And like I said in August, I'll be doing Premier League predictions and reviewing them from match day 1 all the way to match day 38. So no matter if I am busy, then I'll figure something out. But since today I'm not that busy, I can start manage to make videos. So today's video is going to be the Premier League predictions. Then I'll also be making another video today, predicting the games on match day 9. So make sure you stay tuned to both videos on that one. So without further ado, here we go. So the first game, of course, was Watford against Liverpool. Now I predicted 3-0 Liverpool because I was thinking that I think Liverpool are gonna get revenge because remember 2 years ago Watford became the first team to end Liverpool's unbeaten run in the Premier League. The first team that beaten them 3-0. So I'm thinking, what? Since Liverpool this season are good, I think they're gonna win this game. The actual result was 5-0 and Bobby Firmino, as Liverpool fans like to call it, or the commentators called it, got the hat trick, and that was his first time he got the hat trick since Liverpool destroyed Arsenal at Anfield in 2018. So it's like 3 years since Firmino got the last hat trick, but he got a hat trick against Liverpool. Sadio Mane was on the score sheet, marking his that goal was his 100 club in the Premier League. Of course, he did score a few goals for Southampton, but he scored more goals and had more appearances for Liverpool. So that's why he's part of the Premier League 100 club. So big congratulations to Sadio Mane and Salah. He's in the form of his life. Another magical goal. I don't know which one is better, Man City or Watford game. I really don't know, but he's in the best form, and yeah, I said to myself, you know what? I think Liverpool might be struggling this year, but this season, I don't doubt them anymore because they're really looking good. They are really looking good so far. So yeah, so I think Liverpool could be another team who I think that could be a title contenders. But if Chelsea can stop them, I'll be very, very happy. But this season, Liverpool are looking good, especially the front three. They are back because last season they were worse and worse and worse. But this season, they're getting back on form. So yeah, congratulations to Liverpool for beating Watford by 5-0. The next game, of course, is Southampton against Leeds United. Now I went for a draw because both teams are a threat going forward. Of course, Southampton looking for their first win, and Leeds United, of course, did get their first win against Watford. So that's why I went for a draw. But congratulations to Southampton. They beat Leeds United 1-0, and it was the number 19 that scored the only goal to make Southampton get the first 3 points of the season. So congratulations to them. And yeah, I mean, I watched the highlights. Both teams had chances, but Southampton nicked to win. So congratulations to Southampton, of course. So I wanted to go for a draw because it's really tough to see who will win this game, but Southampton got the win. So big up to Southampton. Well done. The other game, of course, was Norwich City against Brighton. Now went for a I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but my prediction was 2-1 to Brighton because the way they playing this season under Graham Potter was absolutely fantastic. They're still unbeaten, still unbeaten. They still lost to Everton at home, and that's basically it. But Brighton are still unbeaten after that. So that's why I went for Brighton to win in my prediction. But both ended 0-0. And I have to say, Norwich City are looking good. I think their manager, the German manager, is starting to change tactics, and he can see that they're performing really well. So instead of going four at the back, they're going three at the back, and it's starting to improve. And Chelsea got them against Norwich City at Stamford Bridge. So it's going to be like tough to see who will get the best performance and win the game. But I'll talk about that in the next video. But it ended 0-0. Norwich City, another draw, 2 points, but still bottom of the table because they're still looking for their first win of the season. And I don't know when this is going to happen. I really don't know. But Norwich City are doing really well, really doing well. So yeah. So unfortunately, I got 0 points for that one. So the next game, of course, was Aston Villa against Wolves. Derby, of course, the Midlands Derby. Oh, sorry, guys, I don't know what's going on. This sun, yeah. I don't know. Right. Hopefully, you guys can see it now. So, my prediction was 2-0 to Aston Villa because it's at Villa Park. Wolves are going to struggle a bit. I thought that Aston Villa played one against Manchester United. Unlucky not to beat um, that that team who I've forgotten now. Was it Southampton or where? I don't know. But yeah, I actually thought that Aston Villa would get the win, but Wolves from 2-0 down, to make it 3-2, especially scoring in the last minute. Unbelievable. And Wolves are looking good under the new manager. They're really looking good because they're going three at the back as well, and it's starting to work. Even though they conceded 2 goals, they found a way to make a great comeback. So yeah, well done to Wolves. And Aston Villa will be kicking themselves because if they would have defended better, then they could have got a win, and my prediction could have been right. But Wolves did well in and they've won the derby against their rivals Aston Villa. So yeah, well done to Wolves for that one. I saw the highlights, and yeah, the celebration went mad, absolutely mad from the East Stand at Villa Park. They were it was going mad. Then the security had to stop them. But yeah, they have So it's a win for Wolves. So I cannot doubt that. Really cannot doubt that. The next game, of course, was Leicester City against Manchester United, a big game. It was at 3 p.m. Kickoff as well. So I went for a Man United win because, like I said before, not they will, they have to win. They have to win in order for them to be title contenders. But I think from now on, I think I should stop predicting Man United and make predicting Man United wins. If they face Liverpool or these teams, I'll say, you know what, I'm not gonna support Man United to win this game because whenever I predict Man United to win, they always bottled it, like they did against Leicester City. That ended at 4-2. Greenwood with a great goal. Then Man United is starting to fall back. When it was 2-2, 50 seconds later, Jamie Vardy scored a goal. Like Manchester United, I don't know what's going on with them. For me personally, as a Chelsea fan, I think Ole isn't the man to get Man United to get back to where they are, which has been Premier League title champions and maybe perhaps winning the Champions League as well. He is not the guy because his back-to-back losses, both home and away from Manchester United, and it's not good enough. Really not good enough, because the reason why I expected Man United to win is because Leicester City haven't been that great this season. They didn't, they had a few losses and a few draws, but got the two wins, of course. So that's why I went for Man United to win because if Leicester were in the top four, then maybe I would have. Then maybe it would be a difficult game with Manchester United. But the way they've lost this game, conceded 4 goals away from home, was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But congratulations to Leicester City. They Brendan Rodgers outclassed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and got the win. So I think from now on I should stop predicting Man United to win because whenever I do, they always seem to bottle it. So that's what's going to happen from now on. The next game, of course, was Manchester City against Burnley. Now I went for 5-0 because Manchester City always destroys Burnley, whether it's home and away, they always beat them 5-0. But it's actually 2-0, and I was pretty surprised. Even the City fans were like, this 2-0 should have been more than this. It was terrible, absolutely terrible. But they kept the clean sheet and they got the win, and that's what really matters. Now, I would have thought it would be 5-0 because Burnley, of course, looking for the first win, but I just don't think they will do it against Manchester City. Of course, they had few chances, but the defenders and Edison did well to clear it and get the clean sheet. So yeah, really surprised to see it only being 2-0 when it should have been 5-0, of course. So yeah, but City got the win, still in third place because they were on 17 points, but they're still the team who I think who are the best team so far under Pep Guardiola. So yeah, so I went for 5-0, so I got 1 point. 1 point for that one. The next game, of course, was the West London derby between Brentford and Chelsea. Now, I went for 2-1 Chelsea because it will be a tight game because we're facing a team who's doing really well in the Premier League and won the Championship last season under Thomas Frank. So I went for a tight game, but thank God we got the win because the stats said that Brentford had more attempts than us, more on target than us, and and created more chances than Chelsea, especially in the second half. I thought in the first half we completely dominated Brentford. Ben Chilwell scored an amazing goal. That's 3 goals in 3 games for club and country, of course. So yeah, Ben Chilwell did well to score the goal. We had so many chances. Lukaku, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, all them should have put in back of the net. If the first half ended, let's say, like probably 2-0, 3-0 Chelsea, then I would have been relaxed and say, you know what, we can definitely win this game. But we're so lucky to have Edouard Mendy because his saves was world class, absolutely world class. So thanks to Mendy, he deserved the clean sheet. He deserved it. And one thing I don't get is that why isn't Mendy included in the list? In the Ballon d'Or list? Why? For the goalkeepers, they mentioned Donnarumma, that Italy goalkeeper, Donnarumma, and that Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper, Keylor Navas. They've only mentioned those two, but why not Mendy? The first African goalkeeper to win the Champions League. I think he might be the first goalkeeper to keep 9 clean sheets out of his 12 games. Just conceded 3. Was voted goalkeeper of the year last season. So I don't get why Mendy isn't that in that list. He has proved to everybody that he's a world class. Of course, he's not the best goalkeeper in the world, but his form tells you that he's world class. Like, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. But hopefully, if Edouard Mendy can continue like this, then next year they have to put him in that list. They have to. Because I just really don't get that. I really don't get that. Mendy is world class, and I'm so glad that we signed him last season. I'm so glad. So all thanks to Lampard for doing that. All thanks to him. But yes, Mendy was world class. He deserves the clean sheet, and his performance tells you that he's getting better and better and better for Chelsea. And if he can keep on doing this, then I believe Chelsea can definitely win the league next season. Well, if we if we if we do one in the final third, then yes, defensively we're there. The goalkeeper is doing good, but going forward, that's the only problem on the Thomas Tuchel, the only problem. But yeah, congratulations to Chelsea for winning this game 1-0. And yeah, um, Brentford will be kicking themselves because they know that they should have been Chelsea. They really should have been Chelsea. But it is what it is. Chelsea got the better of Brentford and we've won the game. So that's why I was happy. The other game, of course, was Everton against West Ham. Now I went for a Everton win because West Ham don't have, of course, last season they did beat them, but don't have a really great record at Goodison Park. But they beat them 1-0, got a clean sheet. And um, I have to say, West Ham dominated Everton for the whole 90 minutes. You know, more possession, more chances, more on target than Everton. So I had to really congratulate West Ham. You know, after that, um, after losing against Brentford in the London derby, especially scoring in the last minute, they have to really respond and pick up the 3 points that they should have got against Brentford or perhaps a draw. And they did that by beating Everton 1-0. So yeah, Everton's home record has come to an end out of Rafa Benitez, and yeah, but Everton is still a great team under their new manager. They still are, you know, despite West Ham being to them, they're still a great team. So yeah, but of course I went for Everton win, but I got 0 points because West Ham won the game 1-0. So far I've got um 3 points, 3 points so far in on match day 8. The next game, of course, wow, 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 wow. I watched that game and I have to say that was a good game, you know, because the atmosphere was so mad. The Newcastle fans were screaming and shouting and jumping because the new honors taken over and has been completed. And my God, there were black and white flags everywhere around the new stadium, of course. And when the Newcastle players came out, they were cheering. And when their owner came out, they were cheering for them as well. And yeah, yeah. So Newcastle fans were so excited, you know, because this is the first game under the new owner. But but I said that not Everton, Tottenham will win this game because if Steve Bruce weren't the manager, then Newcastle would definitely win this game. But I knew that Steve Bruce is the one, and I knew that Newcastle would have lost because these players are not getting because Steve Bruce is not getting the best out of these players. You know, even though Callum Wilson scored, he's still not getting the best out of them, and they just don't know how to defend from set pieces and something like when it's 2 against 1, they just really don't know how to defend Newcastle. So yeah, so that's why I went for a Tottenham win. I went for 2-1 because I thought this would be a tight game. There would not be lots of goals, but it actually ended 3-2. And Eric Dyer was so lucky because his own goal could have had Newcastle a lifeline, but they defended really well to make sure that Tottenham did get the win at St James's Park. And Harry Kane, that's his 5th goal against Newcastle at St James's Park. He scored 2 last season, two goals in 2 years ago. So yeah, Harry Kane is love scoring goals against Newcastle at St James's Park, and that's his first goal for Tottenham this season in the Premier League. So yeah, he had to wait and wait and wait, but he got the goal. And I would have, and yeah, he was definitely onside, lobbed it over the Newcastle goalkeeper and put it in the back of the net. So yeah, congratulations to Tottenham. I knew they would win. If Newcastle had their new manager, then I would have gone for a Newcastle win. That's what I predicted. But yeah, went for a new Tottenham win and I got 1 point. So that means I got 4 points so far um this video. And the last and not least, another derby, but this time it's just a London derby, just a normal one between Arsenal and Crystal Palace. Now, I went for an Arsenal win of 2-0 because because they because um because in September after the international break they're really picking up form. Of course, beating Norwich City 1-0, beating Burnley 1-0, beating Spurs 3-1. So I would have thought that Arsenal, I think they are back, but but not yet. But they're still picking up form, so that's why I went for 2-0 Crystal Arsenal win. But you know what? I should have went for 2-2. I should have went for 2-2. But if I went for that, I'll just be like, no, no, no. Now Crystal Palace is doing well. Patrick Vieira was doing well for Crystal Palace, but I just don't see them beating Newcastle, especially their fine form. But Arsenal, even though they're still unbeaten, they drew against Brighton and they drew against Crystal Palace. Now, I would have personally thought that they will nick a 1-0 win against Brighton since they're doing well, but they actually drew 0-0 and Brighton had so many chances to beat them. The game against Crystal Palace is the same thing. I would have thought they would have beaten them, but they didn't. They scored, Aubameyang scored in the 8th minute, but they have allowed Crystal Palace to play really well after that, especially in the second half. You know, I felt in that game when, like I said, scored in the last minute to make it 2-2. I felt sorry for Patrick Vieira. I felt sorry because he has a style of play, and he's been in the manager for like 2 months or maybe 3 months now, and he's already have a style of play. Whereas Mikel Arteta has been is getting close to 2 years since he's been an Arsenal manager, and he still hasn't got a style of play. He still doesn't. So that's why in that game, Arsenal was so lucky to get a draw. They preferred to lose this game once to get a draw. And for Mikel Arteta, like I said, and all the Arsenal fans celebrating the equaliser, they just embarrassed themselves because that game didn't end 3-2. That ended it 2-2. So that's why Arsenal fans need to think before they do something. You know, I understand that he scored in the last minute, but if that game ends in a draw, you just have to pick up the ball and say, you know what, we tried our best, but we're not going to win this game. That's what they have to realize. But like I said, they didn't do that, and Mikel Arteta didn't do that. Just celebrate it like they've won the Champions League or they've won the Premier League. It's embarrassing, man. If I was an Arsenal fan, I would not be celebrating that equaliser out in the last minute. I'll be not. I'll be like, yes, like I said, at least we got a point, but embarrassing, disappointing performance from Arsenal and Mikel Arteta still has to go. That's what I'll be saying. I'll not be screaming and shouting and jumping, saying, yeah, yeah, we scored in the last minute, because I'll be realizing that was 2-2. It wasn't 3-2. That game ended 2-2. If I was an Arsenal fan, but since I'm a Chelsea fan, I just don't want to talk about it too much, but I definitely watched that game. And Crystal Palace, they'll be kicking themselves because I thought, yeah, that they were the better team and they should have won this game. But like I said, save them. But it's still disappointing for Arsenal to celebrate a 90th minute equaliser. It's still embarrassing. So yeah, but it is what it is. So that game ended 2-2, and Arsenal just cannot simply beat Crystal Palace at the Emirates. That's 4 seasons in a row that they cannot beat them. It's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing for Arsenal. Really is embarrassing. But yeah, anyway, that is it for Premier predictions Matchday 8 review. So far got 4 points, which is better than last one, but I still haven't managed to achieve that target yet. I still haven't managed to do that, which is called get more um get more my biggest point so far is 11. So my target is to achieve that by getting more than 11 points, if you know what I mean. But hopefully, over the next match day 9, or maybe some other match day, when I predict them, hopefully I get more than 11 points because that is my target. I want to achieve that. But yeah, so far. On match day 8, I got 4 points, which is better, but still not good enough. Still not good enough. So that's it, guys. That is the end of this video. I want to say thank you and big up to you who enjoyed this series and enjoyed this video. And if you have so, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this and other series as well. Hit the bell notifications as well, and don't forget to share this to everybody that you know so that they can um enjoy the live watch alongs, the previews, all things about Chelsea, including this series as well. And I'll see you guys later today for Premier predictions on Matchday 9 since it starts tomorrow. The first game, of course, will be Arsenal against Villa, of course. So looking forward to that one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.